Okay, Leo. So for the month of June, the current energy that you are either desiring or you're kind of identifying with is the moon. So what a mysterious energy. I feel like a lot of you Leos right now are feeling very mysterious. I feel like a lot of Leos they're really seeking out their spiritual side. They're really tapping in more into their intuition, their dreams, their more kind of mysterious side of life. I feel like a lot of you are wanting to go down this road. And there's a little almost an element of danger here almost. You can see like she's in the dark and there's different lights all around, different sounds. She thinks she sees something, but she doesn't know for sure. I feel like a lot of Leos want to tap into their intuition and their gifts, their, intuitive, psychic, spiritual nature. I also feel that Leos they're wanting to bring things to the surface. So whenever I see the moon with like this image of herself or her mother or female, I feel like a lot of Leos are wanting, their dreams to come to the surface, their subconscious, really wanting for things to be revealed to you, darkness to become light, and you're willing to go where you need to go in order to see what you need to see. I feel like you're being brave, you're courageous, you're willing to go out on this trek, even if it's in the middle of the night and, there's just like shadows and, you don't know what's out there. I feel like, you're trusting the light to guide you. And I feel like some of you for the month of June, like you might be looking backward, you might be looking around, you're trying to figure things out. I feel like a lot of you are having highly charged emotional, whether this is conscious or subconscious, maybe your dreams have been really powerful. For the month of June, I'd expect that your intuition, your dreams, your feelings, your emotions are going to be pretty charged. But I feel that this is a place where you kind of want to go, like I said, because I feel like a lot of Leos want to go to a higher place in their lives. They want to energetically, if something needs to come to the surface, they want to deal with it. They want to face it. If something's blocking them or they're not attracting what they desire, I get a sense that, bring it on. Let's do this. Because with the moon, you're definitely going to get those insights. You're definitely going to get those intuitions, but there's also going to be some things that are cloudy, some things that are illusions. You're going to have to kind of weed between the truth and the error. So for the month of June, and this could apply to, countless areas of life. It could be romance. It could be love. It could be career. It could be your own spirituality. It could be your past. It could be your family. It could be your friends. So whatever this issue is, a lot of Leos are seeking the spiritual path, wanting to gain more clarity. But to gain clarity, sometimes we have to kind of let the subconscious and the emotions come out so that we can discern. So for some of you, the month of June here is definitely going to be a powerful month of letting all these energies come out and listening and hearing and seeing, feeling a lot of emotion and trying to distinguish, between what's true and what's false for you. So very interesting. The last few months for Leo, they've definitely been very connected to their intuition. And it's been a beautiful thing. So I feel like this month you're really going there. You're really wanting to go to this place. Okay. So as far as what you are currently valuing or identifying with yourself and others, we actually have the Two of Swords. So it is an air sign. Excuse me. It is an air sign. So this can represent Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. But what this is talking about, it can kind of manifest in a few different ways. This really talks about either a possible conflict or there's been a conflict with maybe one of these signs, or you've just reached like a conflict with someone that you care about, or maybe even in work. And what you're identifying with, I feel like you're at the point where that, conflict can only get you so far and that you need to form some type of alliance or partnership in order to get to where you want to go. So some of you might be running into this conflict, and I really sense like an equal power struggle. Like whoever you're batting heads with, it's like an equal power struggle. You're kind of like at a stalemate, and you just, the power struggle is real and it's just blocked. Like there's nowhere to go because it's just locked into place. And so I feel that because with this card is like, even though there's a struggle there, you want to do something about it, Leo. That, power struggles in the long run, you're just going to be fighting each other forever. And you're kind of like, okay, what's the solution? How can we form an alliance? How can we form a partnership? How can we compromise or make this work? The other thing that this could apply to is that some of you might be feeling stuck in being able to make a decision, like literally just like, don't know to go right, to go left, to go up, to go down. You might just be feeling indecisive about something or someone. I mean, this kind of relates to this moon card because the energy for the moon is just, you're getting insights about things, but there's also confusion. And so that could relate to what you're identifying with, where it's like, you're having all these different things come in, you're feeling all these emotions, but you're like indecisive about as far as what to actually do about it. So some of you will be identifying with, what direction do I go in here? What is the best solution? Maybe you've run into conflict, like I said, with an air sign, or it could just be someone that has that energy. So that would be someone that's very verbally quick, has an answer like for every argument. You pretty much can't win an argument with them because they just can logically debate until, you're blue in the face. Someone that's really sharp with their words, and someone that you just feel like you're just locking heads. It's just like you just can't see eye to eye. So I feel like though that you want to get past this, and you're trying to just figure out a way to do that. And so the other thing with this card would be, look for a new approach, try a different route. Whatever you've been doing, if it's not working, that's a sign. Maybe you need to try something different. So some of you might be facing kind of this stuck, indecisive, not sure which direction to go energy in the month of June. Okay, as far as what the challenge is or the potential obstacle, we actually have the Empress card. And the Empress card, this is interesting because she's all about writing down and expressing exactly what you want to the universe. It's all about like literally putting into words exactly what you want. And I think the reason why this is a challenge is because of these two cards right here. First of all, maybe you don't know exactly what you want yet. Maybe there's still too much going on here for you to be totally clear. And, you're still trying to get past this situation. You're trying to figure out what decision to make. And so this kind of alludes to the challenge of, the Empress, when she writes and she's a creator. And so when she does that, she knows exactly what she's doing. It's clear as day. There's no confusion. It's full of power and potential. And so that just might be a challenge for you, Leo, this month because of the intensity of your emotions, your dreams, your visions, your illusions, and the stalemate situation where you're just not sure which direction to go. Maybe you won't have enough information yet to be able to clearly crystallize exactly what you want. And my thought to you would be is that that's okay. There might still need to be things that are cleared up before you can literally put pen to paper. This also actually encourages you to do that if you are not clear about what you want in your life, like if you're just like, okay, there's positives about this person, there's positives about this person, there's negatives about this situation, there's negatives about this situation. Like maybe writing those things out is going to give you clarity about what to do next. Maybe that will really help solidify so that or you can just start journaling this month, your dreams, because you're obviously going to have a lot of heightened intuition, a lot of heightened feelings. And, some of these things are going to be right on, but some of them you're going to have to weed through. So the challenge is going to be kind of weeding through all that stuff and finding your inner truth amidst, the intensity of what's happening. Okay, as far as what the action is to take, we actually have the Two of Wands. And this card is an interesting card. It actually depicts restlessness And what it's saying is that in order for you, Leo, to truly get what you want, you might have to make or face a radical change or stop hesitating. That's really interesting because that's kind of what we're picking up on here, is picking up on, lots of stuff going on emotionally, a stalemate, confusion, having, being clear about what you want. And then this is just about feeling restless about, maybe some Leos, in order to gain what you truly want, you have to face a radical change. And sometimes that's hard to do. Maybe you don't want to leave a situation, or you don't want to have to, move on from something. But it's saying that is what is necessary, that there's a hesitation that's been happening, and maybe you haven't wanted to face something. Maybe because you see this guy, I mean, not that that's a fun creature, whatever that thing is, he just doesn't want to face it. He doesn't want to look at it. And sometimes we don't want to look at, our darkness or something that is really hard to deal with because it's scary. But until you do that, until you face something that you've been hesitating, you can't move on. You can't become clear. And so the universe is telling you, face it. And I feel like you're doing that. I feel like that's what this card is. I mean, that's what I kind of picked up on the beginning of the reading, is that you're ready to go deeper, Leo. You're ready to kind of seek out into the night, to seek out what it is you need to know, to clear out, to move forward, to let go, to be your highest and best self. And the universe is saying that there's going to have to be some dramatic action taken. And this is a fire energy. And there's a sense of urgency to this as well. It's saying that there can be quite a bit of effort necessary, that there might have to be a major shift, a major change in what you're doing in order to attain your goals, and that do not delay. Don't delay on this. Whatever this is, it's time for you. It's time for you to make this change. It's time for you to face whatever you need to face. There's huge potential for you, Leo, and don't hesitate anymore. So whether it's been this stalemate situation that's been holding you back, or this conflict, or this person, or this power struggle, get clear, get really clear about what you truly want, write it down, and then take action. Take action to do what you have to do to make the change. And it may take quite a bit of effort. That's what this is saying. It might take, when you have fire, it might take a lot of inner strength on your part, or just your faith and your optimism and your strength. And I know that something still may be holding some of you back. So, if that's the situation, then it is what it is, because you're ultimately in charge of your life. But in order to move forward, the universe is really saying that something has to be let go of, things have to be made clear, and just to kind of get your creative juices flowing again. As far as the attitude to take, we have the Four of Pentacles, the Earth sign, and this card represents security. So what I'm getting from this, Leo, is whatever makes you feel safe. Okay, whatever. I don't know what the situation has been for you, but I feel for some of you that emotionally you have not felt safe. That whatever this is, you just have not, for some of you, have not been in a happy place emotionally. And I know that's not who you are, whatever this situation has been. And so I feel that the attitude that the universe wants you to take is that it wants you to protect yourself. Protect yourself. Do what makes you feel safe inside. This is also an earth sign, so it could be a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. Maybe there's people around you that can help you or be your friend or assist, just to be kind of like a shoulder or a support system. Right now, you need people that are going to love and support you, Leo. Whatever this change is, whatever this transition, whatever self-work that you're doing on yourself, you need support and you need security, and you deserve that. And so whatever's going to make you feel safe is what attitude and what actions you should take. Obviously, you have to do what you have to do. If there's changes that have to be made, but at the end of the day, you want to be safe and protected and value your security above all, because that's really what this card is about. And this is also about financial security. So whatever decision, you really want to think about your well-being, the well-being of your home, your family, your future. And 4 is the number of stability. So this is this is like thinking long-term. I feel like the attitude that you're supposed to take is a long-term attitude. You're not just thinking about gratification for today or tomorrow or next month. This is about building a foundation for yourself, for others, for your work, for your career. That's where your attitude needs to be. If anything else is, distracting you or confusing you or creating insecurity, that needs to be done away with. For the month of June, for some Leos, we have the moon here. And this represents seeking to seek out the subconscious, your deep feelings, your emotions. I feel like some of you have this need to understand the things that are hidden, unknown within yourself, within others, and that you're seeking a more deeper spiritual place in your life. With that, there's also a little bit of confusion. There's deep, intense emotions. There's some things that, you're not sure if they're just your mind playing tricks on you or if it's the real deal. And so I just feel like the month of June for some of you is going to be pretty powerful. Your intuition is going to be high. You'll probably be having dreams. But I feel like this is what you're desiring right now. You're wanting to understand. You're wanting to seek. Okay. And then as far as what you're valuing or currently identifying with others is the Two of Swords. And this is about a stalemate situation. It's about a conflict kind of coming to a place where or you could be feeling stuck in a situation. Or you could know that even though you've had conflicts, you know that it's time to form an alliance, form a partnership, that you have to look to a different way, a different outcome in order to surpass these challenges. And it could be an air sign that you're dealing with. So either feeling stuck or just wanting to work towards a solution with someone in a common ground. As far as what the challenge is going to be for the month of June, we have the Empress. And this is really all about clarifying your intentions. And so I feel based especially on the other cards that this is the challenge for you because you're feeling so many different things, but because you might feel stuck in some ways, you kind of have mixed emotions or confusion. Being able to clearly dictate exactly what you want and what your intentions are right now may be a little bit of a challenge, but the encouragement would be that you can at least try to do that so that you get some clarification. But that's where you might just kind of feel like a writer's block right now because there's so much going on. It's like, I don't really know how to put that into words. As far as what actions to take, we have the Two of Wands. And this is just saying that there's something, Leo, that needs to change. And this is a dramatic change. There's something that's been holding you back. There's something that maybe you haven't wanted to face. That maybe like fear or regret is kind of looming and you just don't want to deal with it, but it's necessary, that there's something necessary here in order for you to move forward with your life. And this is for some Leos, not all. This dramatic action needs to happen. And it also talks about that it might take a lot of work. Like this may not just be like, okay, see you later. Like this may take continual effort and perseverance. And, you really maybe have to have a fighting spirit. And for some reason, it could be related to the situation. As far as the attitude to take, we have the Four of Pentacles, and it's about security. It's about feeling safe within yourself. It's about planning for your financial future. It's about being around people that are grounded and having a grounded attitude in yourself and just looking for security in yourself and in others and just thinking more long-term, not really about instant gratification, but looking at how you're going to feel safe and secure in your life in the long run. And if you do all these things, we actually have the Hierophant. And this is crazy, Leo. Some of you must be going through some interesting things because the Hierophant is all about coherence. And what the Hierophant is talking about is it's saying, look, this is what the universe is saying to you. If you truly desire what you desire, you need to check to see if there is any duplicity in you at all. Are there any contradictions within yourself, in your decisions, in your commitments, in your words? And I can relate to this because so many times we say, I want to be in love, but our actions and our thoughts show differently. And so I feel like the universe is really saying, hey, Leo, listen, you're a powerful, creative, artistic manifester, and some things aren't coherent in your life, meaning you say you want certain things, but then some of your thoughts or your actions are keeping you blocked from getting what you truly want. And so what this process this month is going to help you do is it's going to help you solidify your true intentions, what you truly want, and it's going to help you to see what you choose to be 100% committed to. That is the only way that you're going to manifest what you truly desire. So I feel like for a lot of you, this month is going to be about looking for inconsistencies, learning more about yourself. If you're feeling like the process is slowing or feeling stuck, that's a good evidence of that maybe something isn't coherent in your intention and in your manifestation process. And I also feel that this is a very spiritual card, which I feel like you're on a spiritual growth journey. And it's spiritual in nature. So you're in this process of connecting your insight, your intuition into the spiritual, into the physical realm. So you're actually in a very exciting and beautiful place, Leo. And, you know, this card also just talks about looking for a mentor or a teacher or someone that's wise, and that you're really just looking for a deeper meaning to things. And I get that strongly from the Moon card. So you're seeking that, and in response to that, the universe says, look at the messages. Do not send the universe mixed messages. I mean, we all do this, Leo. It's not just you. But know that you have a high spiritual calling, Leo, and you're a leader. And so, you know, the universe is probably going to be a little more direct with you because you have a high calling as a Leo. And so this is beautiful. This is a beautiful spread. You guys are on your way.